Northern Kentucky has their Horizon League tournament opener tonight. They're on the road at Oakland. The Norse were swept by Oakland in the regular season, but they were playing with a depleted roster in the second matchup a few weeks ago on February 1st. Northern Kentucky has never lost their Horizon League tournament opener under Darrin Horn, and they haven't lost one at all since 2018.
LJ, can you believe how fast this season went? Feels like it was just yesterday we were here talking before the season started.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It went by like a snap of the fingers.
Take me back to early February. You guys, 5-game losing streak, guys are injured, you're slipping in the conference standings. What was the next month of the season like for you as you all of a sudden win 4 of your last 6 and start turning things around?
I think the mindset was really just, doing whatever it took to win at that point. We were super desperate after that losing streak, so we really all kind of bought in and, like I said, did whatever it took to win.
Your 3 postseason games that you played in, you average over 22 points, just under 9 rebounds per game. Did you feel like you were playing your best basketball?
Yeah, definitely. I think, being at NKU, everybody plays their best basketball in those 3 games in March, so yeah, definitely.
What was it that you felt like started clicking for you? Was there something you did or part of your mindset that you took into those games that helped you?
Yeah, I think it was just mindset. Before every game, I would just kind of lock in on what I needed to do for us to win, which was, being a great leader, rebounding. And after that, I think, those numbers, like you said, just came.
This was the first season that NKU really had to turn over a large portion of its roster through the transfer portal. What was that like, getting to know a whole group of new guys and forming a new core in just one season?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience. We always have great guys, especially this year. So it was really easy to get this team to click, and it was a great group to be around. So it was just overall an enjoyable experience.
Is there a moment or a game that sticks out to you as the most memorable?
A moment or a game? Honestly, I would say that last Green Bay game. Just the feeling of winning a game in Indy, and we just played so well. It was just a great game to play in.
Coach Horn talked a lot in his post-game press conference after the Wright State game about what you meant to this program, what you meant to him personally. What has NKU meant to you?
It means everything. I wouldn't be the player I am today without NKU and all the support from Norse Nation. So yeah, it means everything, and I'm forever grateful to have spent 4 years here.
The relationship that you've developed with the coaching staff seems like a pretty special one. I mean, you spend 4 years developing with guys like that. You're going to get to know them pretty well.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like saying bye to those guys?
Yeah, that one's going to be tough, but they always remind me, they're here. I can always come back. If I need anything, I can let them know, and they'll be there for me. So that means a lot, but it's definitely going to be tough to not be around here.
What are you going to miss most about NKU?
I'm just going to miss the family the most, and all the support. It's going to be tough to leave, but yeah, I'm just grateful for the support that this community has brought to me.
Tell me, the fans, about your major. Where are you at school-wise? What are your plans there?
Yeah, so I'm an organizational leadership major, graduating in May, so super excited for that. And yeah, I mean, right now, basketball-wise, trying to find an agent and see what happens from there.
LJ, thank you for the memories. Thank you for the time that you've given us doing these interviews and everything else. And thanks for everything you've given Norse Nation.
Yeah, thank you.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love with the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Kemba is committed to you, a valued member. At Kemba, you are more than just a number. We understand your needs and are dedicated to helping you meet your financial goals. We are here to support life's biggest moments, like opening your first checking account, buying a house, or a new car, and everything in between. Kemba is your one-stop shop for all your needs. At Kemba, you are more than a number. Kemba Credit Union, your trusted next-door financial partner.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Player interviews for the Darrin Horn Show are provided by Penn Station. Mitchell, what's your earliest memory of NKU basketball?
Dude, early. I remember Drew McDonald, Jalen, all up in there, Cole. I remember watching all those guys. I remember going to the first March Madness selection show. I remember sitting right in one of the front rows, watching the team go off, and I just remember all of those early. I remember Dunk City coming to NKU and playing them. I remember getting all the autographs after every game, and I remember meeting the managers when I was a little kid, asking them if I could help fill up waters early in the games, and just everything. I remember watching so many games growing up.
Did you come to a lot of NKU games when you were a kid, at the arena in person?
Yeah. I went to so many. It was something that me and my dad did almost every week. It was so easy. It was right down the road. He went to NKU, so it was an easy no-brainer for me to want to support the program as well. And I just loved coming. It was always a good environment. It was always a good time. The teams were always good. Like I said, I grew up watching Drew, so seeing Drew McDonald play and then seeing him come to our games now, it's just so surreal. And seeing me, watching him growing up, wanting to be like him, watching him just play so hard, play so well every single game, and then now I'm on the bench and he's on the opposite side of the court watching our games. It's pretty cool.
What did it mean for you to be able to continue your career at NKU where your dad played?
It was awesome, and for my first 2 years to be able to wear number 12, the same number my dad wore, it was pretty special. To be able to win the championship and the same number that my dad wore, that was pretty cool as well. But yeah, it it was something that like I will never ever take for granted, because I know that this is an opportunity that so many people would love to be in. And then also, not to mention, like, this is a team that like I grew up literally watching every single day, and like I have pictures, I have the NKU North logo like painted in my room. Like I used to have autographs of all the NKU players like all across my room, and like to have the opportunity to wear the jersey and like to be able to be in the film room and the locker room. Like I used to see that like growing up, and then like to be like actually a part of it and have my own locker, and like, oh my gosh, it's just so surreal, and like I can't imagine like life without it, really.
Take me back to those first college practices. It's a big jump to go from high school to college, much less doing it in a new role, like as a walk-on.
Yeah.
What were those first college practices like for you?
It was definitely everything that I didn't expect it was going to be. I thought I was so prepared. I thought I knew what I was getting myself into. I thought I like expected what it was going to look like. I think the first thing that it like made me really realize was knowing your role. Knowing what it takes to win, knowing like what you have to do like to win. Obviously, as a walk-on, you know, my role isn't to get extra shots up or do ball handling or, you know, get in the drill because I really need the rep. You know, if I got to bring the board out to the coach, or, you know, rebound for a player before practice, or, you know, get extra balls ready, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, always being the first guy out on the court to high-five him during a timeout, just doing the little thing, because, you know, that thing goes unnoticed a lot of the time, and, you know, that unnoticed thing can be super detrimental, and, you know, without it, you know, what could the result be, and what could the result be with me doing that every single day? And I like to think that, you know, me knowing my role and me doing this every single day, you know, whatever it takes, whatever they ask, you know, when we win, you know, it's worth it.
A lot of guys get into that role, and it's tough to keep showing up every day and doing all the hard work without getting to score the points, getting to be on the court. What motivated you to keep coming back every day and stick with it for 4 years?
To be honest, it's, you know, my pursuit of wanting to coach college basketball. Ultimately, you know, going to basketball every single day, that's my school. And, you know, that's where I get to learn the ability to, you know, see everything that I'm gonna hopefully be doing in the future. And, you know, what to do, what not to do. You know, I believe the staff that we have is a phenomenal staff, and, you know, to be able to go to a different program, you know, in the future, and be able to take away things that we did here, didn't do here, and be able to add certain stuff, you know, I think being able to see such great staff for 4 years straight was super, like, phenomenal for me and my growth, and to be able to put that, you know, towards my own career.
You had your moment in the UC Claremont game. That first career bucket, you get the three, then you get the pump fake, the drive, and the finish right back to back. What was that moment like for you?
Super nerve-wracking. To be honest, I thought I was gonna finish my career with 0 points. So it was like such relief off my shoulders, like making that shot. I can't lie, I went like completely like blurry. Like I don't even remember it. Like I remember Coach Horn like saying in the back of my ear, "Shoot it," and I just like shot it, and like I went back and I couldn't even believe it. And then I scored another point too. And I remember I was just like, I couldn't stop like breathing so heavy. I was freaking out, it was crazy. And just to be able to score like a point, you know, at the same school that my dad went to, you know, him scoring, you know, however many points he scored here, phenomenal scorer here, and then, you know, me to be able to score another point, part of the program, super special.
Coach Horn, when I asked him about that play, he said he was worried that your teammates were going to get a technical foul for celebrating too much. They were coming out onto the court. What was that like for you to see your teammates celebrating your moment?
It's awesome because, you know, I do the same thing for them every single day, and they know that. And, you know, for them to be able to support me the same way I support them every day as well, you know, it means the most, because I know they truly care about me just as much as I care about them.
You've been around this program every day for 4 years. Do you have a favorite moment, memory, or two that stick out to you?
I mean, to be honest, March Madness was so surreal. I mean, being able to go there and do that whole experience, it was just great. You know, I got to go to Italy with all of my teammates and, you know, some of my best friends, you know, that was awesome. I would say another great memory is just like being able to meet friends that I know that like I will have for a life, and, you know, being able to create, you know, future memories that I know I will like have with these guys that I will see, you know, years on and years on later. And yeah, I mean, there's not one memory, just because it was 4 years of just, you know, so much fun. And, you know, I can't pinpoint it on one thing, just because I had a blast. Like, it was just the best.
You mentioned that you want to become a coach. what's next for you? Do you know what the process is here after you graduate?
So, I mean, I don't really know exactly what it looks like. I know I want to be a college basketball coach. You know, obviously I'll probably be a graduate assistant next year. Don't really know where yet. You know, I just need an opportunity. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what the future holds though.
Awesome. Well, Mitch, good luck. We'll be rooting for you, and thanks for all your time here at NKU.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love with the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Kemba is committed to you, a valued member. At Kemba, you are more than just a number. We understand your needs and are dedicated to helping you meet your financial goals. We are here to support life's biggest moments, like opening your first checking account, buying a house, or a new car, and everything in between. Kemba is your one-stop shop for all your needs. At Kemba, you are more than a number. Kemba Credit Union, your trusted next-door financial partner.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Coach, it was a strange final month to your guys' season, it felt like. You had guys out with injury, you go on the losing streak, then you win 4 of 6 to end the regular season, and you make your run in the tournament. What was it like from your perspective watching that all play out?
Yeah, you know, I think, not that this hasn't always been the case, Rick, but I think one of the things that's really being magnified with the new world that we're living in when you have so many new guys is a key injury or an upset in how you go about things or your rotation is really, really impactful, right? And so, you know, we had the stretch where I think we went almost 3 weeks total where we had 1 or 3 of our top 7 out. So now, not only are they not there on the floor to help you, but you're trying to figure out how to play the best way you can to win the next game and putting guys in new situations. You know, we had developed a pretty good rhythm and we're playing really well prior to that. So kind of trying to get through that. And then when those guys come back, which is I think what you saw at the end of the year, getting back to being more comfortable and getting in a flow and a rhythm with our rotation and did what we always do, which is play really well down the stretch.
What was it like to share a huddle and a locker room with LJ Wells for the final time?
It was hard. Yeah, it was really hard. You know, just a special young man. And I think, again, magnified because of what we're dealing with the transfer portal in today's world, to have a 4-year player that good stay because of how much this place and the program and his teammates and all of the people around him meant to him. And you know, as a coach, to see the development and, you know, where he started and how he leaves, not only as a player but as a person, was really satisfying. And so proud of LJ, and I think maybe more importantly, so thankful and appreciative of all that he gave to our program and our university.
From an outsider perspective, I thought this team was incredibly entertaining to watch, albeit maybe difficult to figure out at times.
Sure.
What was it like coaching this group?
It was fun. It was fun because, as you said, you know, we had some capabilities, you know, athletically, collectively, that maybe we haven't had before. You saw a few more highlight reel plays than we're used to seeing with guys like Donovan O'Day and Tay Dozier, and with the way LJ played at the 5, and Kel Robinson's ability to shoot, Ethan Elliott's passing ability. So I think you saw some really fun things, and you know, it was a group that was very coachable as well, and you know, definitely some ups and downs in terms of our toughness and maybe our mental fortitude, which again is normally developed over a period of years, right? And we're trying to squeeze into 7-8 months now. But it was a great group to coach from the standpoint of, I think they really wanted to get better. They took coaching well, and they were about winning.
this was the first time that NKU really had to replace a large chunk of its roster through the portal. Was there anything about this year that was instructive moving forward, things that maybe you liked or didn't like?
I think there's several takeaways from our first time and having to get so many new guys. I think one, as I said, is the impact of injury, right, or being without guys, and that's not necessarily something you can control in the portal, but just understanding that as you go through it. If you're really counting on a guy, the impact of him being out because there's not a guy that can just slide in that's maybe been in your program 2 or 3 years. I think that's one really big one. I think the other one is just the continued importance and emphasis at this level because of so many new guys and people going into the portal and recruiting older, more mature guys. The importance of physicality and just sheer strength and being able to play with a level of physicality on every position, not just around the basket, but on the perimeter as well.
How much of a financial reality was felt this year, having to go out and get so many guys in the portal and then just understand how all the resources, everything play into building a roster?
Well, I mean, the reality of it is this, Rick, and I say this only to, state the facts in terms of, how we have to move forward. When I took this job 7 years ago, it was clearly a top 3 job in this league in terms of how it was resourced and your fan support and all of those things, attendance, and now it's not, quite simply. We were below average in NIL numbers. We were, I think, actually 6th overall in that. From a budget standpoint, we've dropped into the lower half without question. And so, those are things that are very real because, literally when you recruit now, the things like how much you've won in your arena and all those are, they don't not matter, but they're a low priority. The number one priority is, how much money do you have and is it competitive with who you're recruiting against? And quite honestly, we felt really short on that in a lot of instances. And so while we were really pleased with the roster we ended up with and maybe more importantly what we got out of them, we also did it with a lot of D2 transfers and an NAIA guy. And that's something that, we probably need to address moving forward. And the bottom line is it's going to take resources.
The transfer portal opens on April 7th. What's the process like for you guys leading up to then?
Well, it's crazy, right? Because they moved the portal opening date, and so now you can't actually recruit someone that intends to go into the portal, is what they're saying in their social media accounts now, right? And so it's a lot of information gathering and a lot of research to try to figure out, who are the guys that fit the needs that we know that we have, and we have significant needs, right? We lost 5 really important players to our program that were significant contributors, and so trying to go out and figure out who fits what we need, but not being able to recruit them for a little bit of time too is something that's new, and I think that's been the biggest challenge of all of this, Rick. It's just that every year you're trying to figure out not only the lay of the land, but maybe navigate some new rules. Maybe the money last year was okay and not going to be enough this year, and then how do you get more and what is it going to actually take? The biggest challenge is that you don't really know with all of those things, and that's become a year-to-year basis. And as we've talked about in the past, our whole focus is how do we put together the best one-year roster we can to give ourselves a chance to be competitive to where we feel like we have a legitimate chance to win a championship. And given the fact of where we were from a resource standpoint this year, I was really proud of our staff and players, and I don't think there's any question we had a team at the end of the year that was capable of winning a championship, and just ran into another really good team that was playing really well and made more plays than we did on that night.
Coach, another 20-win season. Thank you so much for all the access this year and all of your time.
Well, thank you, Rick. And, I hope what people have gotten from this show is some insight to the quality of young man that we have in our program and kind of all the non-basketball things that go into making a season and having a good program. And you've done an unbelievable job with it. We really appreciate it.
Kemba is committed to you, a valued member. At Kemba, you are more than just a number. We understand your needs and are dedicated to helping you meet your financial goals. We are here to support life's biggest moments, like opening your first checking account, buying a house, or a new car, and everything in between. Kemba is your one-stop shop for all your needs. At Kemba, you are more than a number. Kemba Credit Union, your trusted next-door financial partner.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.